In a bid to reduce the unemployment rate, the Lagos state government is set to introduce the Empower Lagos initiative, which aims to empower 10,000 beneficiaries, which includes 2,000 post-NYSC graduates, 3,000 SMEs, and 5,000 artisans through a 3-month training program. The Commissioner, Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, Akan Usen, stated this during a ministerial press briefing in Alausa, Ikeja. Usen noted that the Empower Lagos initiative will serve as a platform for dialogue and collaboration between private sector and government. He noted that under the initiative, 2,000 post-NYSC graduates will undertake a 3-month training program per cohort in areas covering teamwork, critical thinking, communication, professionalism, among others. Usen commended the leadership role and unflinching support of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and the Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat for efforts towards achieving a Lagos like no other, and commitments towards the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment.
To promote entrepreneurship and strengthen the institutional capacity of MSMEs, the fund regularly organizes MSME, HR, and legal advisory sessions, webinars, and masterclasses that promote access to market and knowledge sharing. This event recorded over 12,185 participants in 2023. Similarly, over 12,000 entrepreneurs participated in our grassroots engagement program in 2023, held virtually and physically across various LGAs and LCDs. This is Ikorodu, Ilupeju, Badagry, Ipakodari.
Earlier in his welcome address, the Commissioner for Information, Gbenga Omotosho, said the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has done a lot in the ministry through various programs and interventions such as cash transfer, setting up businesses, helping artisans do well in their various spheres of lives. Those at the briefing include the Chairman, House Committee on Wealth Creation and Employment, Stella Foluke, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Biodun Onoyele, heads of different agencies under the ministry, among others. Lagos State Government, through the Ministry of Economic Planning and Budget, has successfully certified a total of 603 prepayment certificates, PCs, for projects across all 20 local government areas in the state. These projects were executed collaboratively by 46 ministries, departments, and agencies in partnership with 410 contractors, encompassing both direct labor and outsourced services. Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Okpe George, stated this during the year 2024 ministerial press briefing to commemorate the first year in office of the second term of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. George said the Ministry of Economic Planning and Budget is a facilitating ministry that ensures continuous and dynamic socio-economic policy formulation through prudent and equitable resource management that supports the governor in achieving his dream for a greater Lagos. He noted that the present administration has embarked upon several social protection programs and projects, some of which includes, but are not limited to, Onjeiko, 25% transport fare reduction, Sunday markets, wage award allowances, free maternal health care, amongst others. George also said the ministry has mapped and analyzed 98 social interventions in the state, which is a process of initiating a social protection digital platform, as well as creating awareness on social protection policy implementation in Lagos State.
In line with our commitment to transparency and accountability, the ministry has developed a dedicated performance management reporting portal. The implementation of this portal commenced with 25 pilot MDAs. This platform, when in full operation, will serve as a centralized repository for showcasing projects and achievements of each MDA to the public. To streamline our reporting process and enhance feedback mechanisms, the ministry has also introduced an online performance management report, PMR template for 46 MDAs.
Earlier in his welcome address, the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, said the Ministry of Economic Planning acts as the live wire to the other ministries, thereby appreciating the media for their accurate reportage.
One of the things that you are seeing today as achievements of the Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration, they emanated from the efforts of this ministry. But I know that it's a ministry that does a lot without making any noise at all.
Present at the briefing include Chairman, House Committee on Economic Planning and Budget, Lukman Saad Olumo, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Ibrahim Obajomo, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Economic Planning and Budget, Lekan Balogun, heads of various departments in the ministry, among others. Wife of the Lagos State Governor, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, has presented cash, gifts and baby items as support to Mrs. Shakirat Adini, a mother of triplets at the Mother and Child Center, MCC General Hospital, Ekpe. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu made the presentation when she visited her at the hospital in line with her project tagged Jumejilo, designed to celebrate multiple births in public hospitals across the state. The support to the family was a timely intervention as the father of the three children was reportedly saddened and confused when the triplets were delivered due to financial incapability. Sanwo-Olu promised to continue to support the triplets for the next 12 months and make available necessary provisions for them. Parents of the triplets appreciated Mrs. Sanwo-Olu for her kind gesture and for traveling down despite the long distance to visit them, praying for God's guidance and protection for the governor's wife in all her endeavors. Now to the rest of the stories. The federal government says it will stop granting licenses to gas companies with no capacity to build pipelines for gas distribution. It says this is necessary to discourage the transportation of compressed natural gas (CNG) through the roads. Minister of State for Petroleum, Gas, Ekperipe Ekpo, said this when he was in Abeokuta, Ogun State, for an on-the-spot assessment of Saturday's CNG explosion at Itaoshi. The gas minister emphasized that there was need to stop virtual gas transportation, saying the federal government was putting efforts in top gear to build pipelines for seamless transportation of CNG. According to her, this will prevent explosions on the roads while saving lives and property. The Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, has increased the maximum deposit insurance coverage levels for deposit money banks from 500,000 to 5 million naira. Managing Director of NDIC, Bello Hassan, announced this in Abuja at a press conference, stating that it takes effect immediately. Hassan stated that raising the maximum deposit insurance coverage for primary mortgage banks will provide full coverage for 99.99% of total depositors and increase the value of deposits covered by deposit insurance to 43.10% of the total deposit value, up from the current 40.60% cover. The corporation has also raised the maximum pass-through deposit insurance coverage for subscribers of mobile money operators from 500,000 to 5 million naira per subscriber. And now to foreign news. Hundreds of police and protesters were in intense standoff early today at the University of California, Los Angeles, as unrest over Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza simmers on United States campuses. Officers in riot gear moved in to remove some barricades around the protest encampment, with several protesters detained. A report says police used flashbangs to disperse the crowds gathered outside the encampment who were chanting, "Let them go." Los Angeles City Controller Kenneth Major, who posted on X, formerly Twitter, from the campus earlier, said students now face police, urging the university and city leaders to protect students to avoid more harm. In our sports, defending champions Bendel Insurance of Benin have defeated Stormers Sports Club of Abeokuta 1-0 to qualify for the round of 32 of the 2024 Federation Cup. Chukwudi Meze scored the only goal of the match in the 61st minute of the game. Substitute Paul Obata provided the assist for the lanky striker, who smartly slotted home to give his side the lead. The first half ended goalless, with Insurance strikers missing several scoring chances at the Area 3 field, Abuja. And just before we go, please do not drive beyond specified speed limits. You can follow us on like all our various social media platforms on X, Traffic Radio 961, Insurance, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration trained 78 persons and placed 12 under the Talent Development Program TDP, a student loan program aimed at training young persons in tech skills and placing them in employment? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. In a bid to reduce the unemployment rate, the Lagos State Government is set to introduce the Empower Lagos initiative, which aims to empower 10,000 beneficiaries, which includes 2,000 post-NYSC graduates, 3,000 SMEs, and 5,000 artisans through a 3-month training program. The federal government says it will stop granting licenses to gas companies with no capacity to build pipelines for gas distribution. We also told you that hundreds of police and protesters were in a tense standoff earlier today at the University of California, Los Angeles, as unrest over Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza simmers on United States campuses. And in sports, defending champions Bendel Insurance of Benin have defeated Stormers Sports Club of Abeokuta 1-0 to qualify for the round of 32 of the 2024 Federation Cup. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adiwayo Idowolaya. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening, and please stay safe. Good afternoon.